Hi, I'm Renee Fleming, and I'm with Pablo Ripolles, Lauren Fink, and also Anna Palumbo and Alan Turry. Thank you so much for all joining me to talk about your Neuro Investigator Award and your plans for research. So go ahead and tell us about the project.
I'll jump in there. We here at the Nordoff-Robbins Center for Music Therapy offer music therapy services many times for children with autism. One of the primary focuses for treatment for autistic children is often developing social communication. Here in the music therapy sessions, we focus a lot on music engagement and how that connection can happen through moments of musical improvisation, where there is this responsive dynamic of playing between the therapist and the client. And what we really have wanted to be able to measure for maybe decades, what we've wanted to be able to measure for decades is how that engagement is changing over time. And now with some amazing tools that have been developed by Dr. Fink, we can wear these watches and actually measure movement continuously over time and see how synchrony is changing throughout the session. And when we combine that with scales on social communication and music engagement, we can start to understand at a more mechanistic level how these social interactions are changing over time during music therapy sessions.
Boy, that's fantastic. And Lauren and Pablo, can you tell us a little bit about your side of it?
Sure, I can jump in. So I'm an assistant professor at McMaster University in Canada. You might know the Live Lab. I think you know many of my colleagues like Laurel Trainer and John Everson. So I'm pretty new here, and I've been really focused on developing tools for more mobile large group studies. So Live Lab, in case people don't know, it's a 100-person concert hall where we can measure brain and body activity from musicians on stage and also everyone in the audience. And to the Live Lab, I've brought mobile eye tracking and also the smartwatches that you just saw Anna hold up. Anna and I connected over this. Anna thought it would serve their purposes, and it seems to really be working out great, that this tool that we've developed for larger group studies can also be used for small group music therapy contexts, and we're really happy that our tool gets applied in this way.
Fantastic. And Pablo?
Hi, I'm Pablo Ripolles. I'm an assistant professor at New York University. I have a joint appointment between the Department of Psychology and the Program of Music Technology. I'm also the Associate Director of MARL, the Music and Audio Research Laboratory, which is a interdisciplinary research center at NYU that studies music from different perspectives, psychology, neuroscience, musicology, music theory, machine learning. My expertise is in cognitive neuroscience of music, basically how the brain supports music perception and also music action. No? How do we learn how to play music, or how can we use music to improve wellness? In the past, I've done a lot of work looking at how we can use music playing to help people recover motor function after a stroke. And part of this work, I've done it together with Anna and Alan. And for me, it's very exciting to try to bring some of the things that we learn by studying people with a stroke into a different patient population, and also to see how we can capitalize on motor activity and in the synchrony of motor activity to help people with autism spectrum disorders with their social skills.
So, Alan, would you play something and show us a little bit the kind of thing you'll be doing?
Oh boy. Well, I think what I can do, I'll tell you a very quick story about Paul Nordoff's first session. Is the sound okay? Because I know with you can hear. So Paul Nordoff loved, he studied music from all over the world. And one of his ideas was that there are these archetypal musical forms that exist through generation and generation and really transcend someone's experience. And so he believed that the Chinese pentatonic sound was a kind of archetypal musical form. And in his first musical session, his music therapy session with an individual, I'm trying to play in turn. He tried to engage this child who no one could reach. His name was Johnny. This is a story I can tell you about his first session ever. And he didn't know what to do, but he had an idea that he wanted to create a mood that was open-ended, not music with a lot of harmonies, but music that had more of a kind of what he might call a pentatonic bath, just to make it something open. And when the child started to move in a certain tempo, he would match his tempo. And when he noticed that the child was connecting and noticing that he was playing with him, he thought, well, what if I change this pentatonic to have tones of tension? So now instead of the 5 tones of what you would call more of a coming from the China area, he changed it to what we would call the more of an altered pentatonic, or something from Japan, from that area, the capital scale. And he started to play the same 5 notes, the amount of notes, but with now these tones of dissonance, a half step, a tritone. So now we have some tones of tension. And this boy who had never shown any emotion at all, any interest in the outside world, started to respond and look like he was emotionally connected to the music. I don't know if that's what Paul played, but I'm just giving you an idea of it.
Well, listen, I can't wait to see the results of your project. I mean, I think the methodology has to do with the data that you'll collect from the watches, but also watching these sessions and sort of picking apart what happens in the sessions. That's has to have been incredibly important in Nordoff-Robbins' success.
We've had researchers who've been wanting to do this for decades, and actually a colleague of ours from Germany just presented and was talking about doing this kind of measurement. So it's really a springboard for a lot of collaboration around the world.
Well, thank you.
Thank
All right,
you.
take care. We'll see you soon.
Thank you so much.